we'll try this. Okay. Reciprocation, we're going to talk about, and how we can use it in copywriting. So, humans have an overpowering need to return favors, right? So you'll know from being in supermarkets, if you ever go to a shop and you get a free sample, or you just had dinner in the restaurant, you get your little chocolate coins on the bill. That's actually to influence your actions, and it's a simple trick to influence your behavior for a tip or for the product itself. So when you receive that favor, you're inclined to reciprocate, and that is the foundation of all society, because our ancestors used it to share resources. Back in the day, when you gave resources to your neighbor in your community, you can be comfortable knowing that it's reciprocated down the line, and it's just community spirits ingrained into the human experience. So if you don't return that favor, it's a psychological burden. It doesn't make you feel good about yourself. There's an itch inside you that makes you want to go out your way to return it. So you don't want to be a moocher, right? So you're automatically inclined to return the favor, and most of the time you'll give back a bigger favor than you received in the first place. And in this book, Influence, by Robert Cialdini, there's examples detailing this. So for example, Ethiopia, a horribly poverty-stricken country, poor, horrible living conditions, but when there was an earthquake in Mexico City, they sent them $5,000 to help with Mexico's relief from the earthquake, because they'd helped them in the past and it wasn't forgotten. I think it was years and years gap, and they never forgot it. They were inclined to return that money, even though they've got crazy problems in their own country. So, and another one that's a cool example is the Krishna Society, the religious society that used to approach people in the airport and automatically give you a flower. They'd force a flower onto you, and once you took it, there's a super strong urge to give something back. So they go hard after the donation, after giving you that flower, and more often than not, they'd get something out of it. Definitely more so than if they just approached you and asked for something straight off the bat. Like, they gave you the flower, give me something back, even if it's something small, because I just did you this favor by giving you something. And the other way you can use it is reciprocal concessions. So, and it's also called the rejection then retreat technique. So if you want a certain request, you start with a much higher, more outrageous request, one that's most likely going to be rejected, so you can follow up and say, okay, you're not going to do this for me, but maybe you can do this small favor to make up for you not doing that first one. So you're inclined, you've already rejected once, you're inclined to say yes. Just, the guy's obviously gutted you've not said yes the first time, but really it's your original request that you want it anyway, so you don't lose on it. You're more likely to be taken up on your offer because they've already rejected you once. So in door-to-door sales, if they get refused on their initial sale, obviously the goal is to make the sale, but there needs to always be a gain from knocking on that door. So if you get rejected once, then it's the time to ask, okay, you don't want my whatever it is, but maybe you can give me some names of people who would like this, or you got friends and family who you think you would like this, and you can give them to me just as a little something, because you don't want what I'm selling, but maybe you can give me this, a little thing, just to help me out, because you've already said no to me, and you're more inclined to do this. So that's basically the gist of reciprocation. You give and then you take. More often than not, you take more, which is a good thing, and you can make up a fake offer you don't even have to make them say no, so that becomes more powerful next time. Reciprocation.